Geddy Lee, you've been touring now for how many years? About 10 years?
Well, professionally in the United States and around the world about 5 years.
About 5 years. How many concerts do you average a year?
Oh, about 200, maybe more.
200 concerts a year for 5 years. How long can you keep that up?
As long as we can. As long as we're still standing.
You're going back to England for just 2 dates, I understand. What's that?
Yeah, they want us. So there's a place right in the center of England that's big enough to house our entire show. So we're going over and doing 2 dates in that one arena and coming home.
Can you make money on going over there for just 2 dates?
Oh, yeah. It's a big place.
How many people do you expect to bring out there for each show?
There should be approximately 10,000 each night. That's a giant hall for England. Most English halls average from 2,000 to 3,000 people.
Are you going to be recording over there or coming back and doing it here?
We're going to do it in Canada this time, which is the first time we've done it in Canada for quite a while. We'll be recording just outside of Montreal at the studio.
Where is it?
Well, the direction of the next album is it's a definite move not to conceptualize. So there isn't any long conceptual pieces. There is one tune that's about 10 minutes long that is a little story. There's another tune that's about 7 minutes long. It's sort of a description. It's a descriptive suite. It has a little bit of lyric, but mostly instrumental. And there's about 4 or 5 shorter tunes that are all about different things and all combine all kinds of different influences. I'd say the most immediate thing, the most immediate difference on this album is it's very up-tempo. It's very positive sounding out.
Does the album have a name yet?
No.
Have a release date?
No.
Have an album cover?
No. Just got the music.
Who do you hang around with in the concert scene or the music scene in Canada? Are you a sort of an insular band, or is there are you friends with all the other heavy bands?
Well, I guess us and Max Webster are about sort of real good chums. They're about the only other musicians we really spend a lot of time with. And there's an English band that we hang around with a lot called UFO. And that's about it, really. And then we've got various friends that we tour with and run into from time to time. Pat Travers is another one. There's a whole bunch of people we know all around the world. You just see them at different times. Max Webster's the most consistent.
You have a reputation for helping young bands. Who are your favorite young artists these days?
Well, there's a lot of bands that we work with that, are good friends of ours that are very talented. People like Max Webster, Wireless, and various Canadian acts. We like to give them a hand.
You've got to be, would you say, well, I would say that you're the biggest thing in Canada right now. How far ahead of the competition do you think you are in terms of just gross sales and the business side of this thing?
I have no idea. I try not to think in terms of competition.
How much do you have to spend in terms of business now at this stage of the game? How much time of your time do you have to spend thinking about business?
Well, a part of every day you have to direct those energies towards not so much business, but crises, which relates to business. I mean, business is something we never enjoyed taking care of. That's why we have lots of people that do that. But
this stage show's a monster. I mean, how many people are working for you? Have you any idea now?
It's about 28 people.
38 people for
28. There's a weird thing going on, and I think and I hope that it's a backlash to this blatant avarice that's happened in the industry in the last year. There's been a lot of greedy people that have been charging a lot of money for shows, and I think people are sick of paying it, and I hope they are, actually.
Everybody seems to be either going with the major acts or going with the new wave route. Have you any plans to play clubs, that kind of thing?
Clubs? I don't think so. We were a band that never really enjoyed playing clubs. When we were playing clubs, it was always a hassle. You know, it was always had to watch the volume, and back then clubs weren't nearly as sophisticated as they are now. And it was really a lot of trouble to do a club. There was a couple of clubs we liked to play, but we're more of a concert band, I think. I think we'll stay there.
Have a hell of a job getting this equipment in the club.
Yes, sure would.
What are your dreams? Where are you going to go? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now?
I really try not to think that far ahead, you know, because there's really no point. I'm in a really volatile position. Tomorrow everything could stop in this direction and I might have to take up another direction. So I just prefer to bounce along with the ride, and wherever I stop, then I'll make plans.
What's been the effect of all the money that you now have access to, that kind of thing? What difference has it made to you in terms of the show you can put on and in terms of your personal life?
Well, in the sense of the show, it's made a great deal of difference because, the more money we make, the more we can put back into giving a better show. The more we can invest in specials, bonuses like video and things like that, which I think really make a difference between a good show and a great show. As far as my personal life, I'm pretty much the same person I was a long time ago.
That's surprising. You really do have a reputation for being a homebody and laid back off stage after all that frenzy that we all see up front.
Well, I don't think you really have a choice. It's the only way you can exist and survive. At this kind of a pace, if you didn't lay back and you got off the stage, you wouldn't be around the next year to do it again. It's a matter of your body dictates what's good for you. My body tells me when I'm off the stage to take it easy.
Your recent albums have been monumental, if you will. I mean, they've been big pieces of work. I understand you're going to try and get back into writing songs.
Yeah, that's the whole reason for the next album, and part of the reason for this tour is to write songs again. We've taken our conceptual pieces pretty much as far as we can for the moment. I'm sure we will return at one point, but for the moment we'd like to write songs, and that's what we did. We wrote a whole bunch of different kind of strange songs, and that's what we're doing in this show.
What's the average length of them?
Well, they vary from anywhere from 5 minutes to 8 minutes to 10 minutes. They're all different lengths.
So you're not really pursuing AM number one hit potential with those?
They pursue us. We don't pursue them. If we happen to have a hit on this album, that's great. If we don't, that's great too. We've never really thought much one way or another.
What's the audience reaction like so far to the new material?
Fabulous. It's never been as good, actually. So it's very, very positive feeling going in the studio this time, I think, because this is the first time we've actually played a lot of our material before we recorded it, and the response has been real positive. So that's a good sign, I think.
Do you produce your own stuff in the studio?
We co-produce with Terry Brown, who's done our last million albums with us.
I just heard that the new Fleetwood Mac album is costing $1.1 million to record.
Yeah.
Are you going to go in for that kind of studio extravaganza?
I doubt it. We can't afford it.
Oh, come on.
That's ridiculous. $1.1 million? I think that's a little over the top.
What do you think you could spend $1.1 million on in the studio if you really tried?
I don't think you could. I couldn't. You'd have to be pretty bad to spend that much money in this studio.
Who do you listen to personally when you're listening to music?
Well, right now, I'm really in love with Bill Bruford, his new band.
Forgive me, I'm unfamiliar with them. Who are they?
Bill Bruford's a drummer, used to be with Yes and Genesis and various people, and now he has his own band, sort of a jazz rock band. I think he's just about the most amazing guy in the world right now. So I can't find myself listening to much else but him lately.
Do you have any heroes?
I got millions of heroes.
Who would you really like to meet?
I wouldn't like to meet any of my heroes. I met one once and bummed me out because he was drunk, so I figure heroes are not for meeting, they're just for idolizing.
You've never done an outdoor show that didn't rain?
Yep.
How many outdoor shows have you done?
Oh, I don't know, about 15. Always rains. At some point in the day it rains.
All over the world?
All over the world. Rained in Stockholm, rained in Belgium, rained in the United States, rained in Canada.
Somebody trying to tell you something?
I don't know. Don't play outside, they're trying to say.
Are there any dangers these days when you're playing outdoor things with all that electric stuff on the stage?
I don't think it's that dangerous. The only danger is when you have back screens like we do. If the wind picks up too much, it could be kind of dangerous if 9 tons of equipment fell on you. It could damage you a little.
Yeah. When you say you're going and doing songs and that kind of stuff, is your audience changing as you get older?
Yeah, a little bit. They're changing with us, I think. I mean, you can't really be sure what's going on out there, but I do have a sense that a lot of our fans have been with us for a long time, and every time around we seem to be growing a bit more, so I think we're attracting younger people. I think that's good.
You're getting younger, new audiences every time you go out?
Yeah, I think so. And I hope they'll grow along with us as long as we can keep happening.
Bye.